Welcome to Menorca. Imagine you have just stepped onto this island for the first time and a friendly local person has welcomed you to what would be an unforgettable experience in Menorca. We'll do that. Maybe you will share the feeling of many first-time visitors who say the island is unique, distinct and surprising. Menorca, with an area of only about 700 square kilometers, contains one of the most well-preserved territories of the Mediterranean, with a great diversity of species, many of them endemic, and a delightful and varied landscape. If to that we add a rich cultural past, resulting from the meeting of a wide variety of peoples who cohabit these lands, and also the preserved traditions and patrimonial assets that are testimony to the way of being and living as Menorcans, we can understand why the whole island was declared a biosphere reserve by UNESCO in 1993. To be a biosphere reserve distinguishes Menorca as an area where human activity and nature coexist in harmony, so every day efforts are made to ensure and maintain a sustainable development. However, now that this brief introduction has been made, you will probably be curious to know what sights of beauty you will see and what unique experiences will live in your memory. Here, then, are our recommendations. The first thing a visitor should know when they come to the island is what has made them choose this place to spend a few days. Menorca, although small, offers a wide range of activities, monuments and natural areas where you can spend your time, with the added advantage that everything is close by, and in one day you can make different visits or simply find the time and space to relax and unwind. For lovers of nature, it is good to know that the island has a natural park located at Albufera des Grau, 5 nature reserves, a marine reserve located at the north coast, 19 natural areas of special interest, and 15 special protection areas for birds. The Roqueta, or Tiny Rock as some call it, is a paradise consisting of over 100 beaches and coves, a lot of them unspoiled. Lots of ravines, caves, terrestrial caverns, underwater caves, and unique animal and plant species. There are many routes, inland and coastal, to make on foot, horseback or by bicycle. Perhaps the most notable is the large European tour route 223, known as the Camí de Cavalls, which goes around the whole island and includes countless places you shouldn't miss. Some parts of its coast are perfect to practice water sports in its clear waters. Take the opportunity to take a look and perhaps do some snorkeling. You will see that the bottom of the Mediterranean hosts a large biodiversity, and it is wonderful to have the opportunity to enjoy the colours and shapes that the seabed of Menorca offers. Making a trip by sea is also a highly recommended experience because it gives you a very special view of the profile of the island coastline. In Menorca, there are 3 nautical stations located in Mar, Ciutadella and Fornells, which bring together a wide range of companies and marine services. You can find all the information about them on the official website. It is said that Menorca is an outdoor museum. The footprint left by the ancient inhabitants of this place is still visible in its prehistoric settlements, which are considered by archaeologists to be some of the most significant in the world. Try to visit at least one, and the buildings, which consist of large stones, may surprise you. Menorca has a concentration of nearly 2,000 monuments and sites, Arab, early Christian, Roman, and especially prehistoric, and accordingly the process of having the area declared a World Heritage Site has started. If you would like to dive into the history of the sites you visit, Menorca has a network of 28 historic elements that will feed your curiosity, which many of us share. The sites, the themes, and the schedules of each can be checked at the official website. The villages will be where you will have the chance to see the daily routines. the simplicity and the mood of the people in their most ingrained ways. You will also be able to participate in the activities being held there and try local products and its cuisine. In some of the villages you will find accommodation. Each town has a program of activities throughout the year, and these are especially remarkable in the summer months, when local holidays are celebrated. This program includes craft fairs, dances and live music, and culminates with the festivities held only in this tiny part of the world, where the most authentic basic element is the horse. If you come in times of festivities, from June to September, and like excitement, come and share the spirit of the Menorcan fiesta. We assure you that this experience will leave its mark on you. The cultural programs and organised activities can be checked at the websites of each town and at the tourist information points, as well as in local newspapers, brochures and in small periodicals. The official website of the island is www.menorca.es. You can also participate in various guided tours offered in some towns. In summer, at the resorts, you will find all kinds of services, supplies, activities, bars and restaurants with local and international cuisine. The most extensive range of accommodation is also located at these places. In addition, there is a small network of agro-tourism establishments, hostels and 2 campsites. Menorcan gastronomy has an extensive range of dishes, from main courses to desserts, following the ancient recipes of its ancestors, and also a current creative cuisine which experiments with a long list of local products that Menorcans enjoy. Menorca is the island of the small shops, where you can buy typical local products such as the cheese known as Mahon cheese, which has won prizes on several occasions at European level. You can find traditional sausages such as sobrassada, the carnichua, butifarró or couchotte. There are also wines, gin and a wide range of pastries such as carquinyols, amargos, crespells, ensaimadas, formatjadas or greixeres, among other products that you will find in shops and markets. The most popular dishes are perhaps the stuffed eggplants, roasts, snail soup with crab, oliago soup with figs, esclata-sangs or mushrooms in sauce, partridge with cabbage, baked lamb, Menorcan-style meatballs, and, of course, lobster soup or caldereta. Menorcan people are also known to be good shoe craftsmen. Thus you will find shoes ranging from the typical Menorcan sandals called abarcas to designer shoes that are exported to cities like New York, Paris and London. Menorca is also an island where art and music develop naturally. It attracts many artists, locals and foreigners, whose work you can see in galleries and even at summer fairs. You may be surprised at the numerous different places you can hear live music in summertime. For opera lovers, Maó has one of the oldest bel canto theatres in use in Europe. For more information, you can visit the official sites or the tourist information points. Moreover, the island's name has appeared in the famous Guinness Book of Records. One of the most curious and extraordinary facts is that in a little town of Migjorn Gran, there once lived the world's oldest man, 114-year-old Joan Rudavets. Curiously, his younger brother, at the age of 103, could tell everyone he still had an older brother. Finally, we will offer a sample of 5 possible routes around the island so that you can get the most out of your stay. The first thing you should consider when you are organising your day is the weather forecast and where the wind is coming from. If you fancy going to the beach and the wind is blowing from the north, it is best to go south and vice versa. The main reason is it gets you away to calm waters. The routes we present can be done in 5 days. However, it is better if you can spread the activities over more time. Tour 1. Ciutadella and surroundings. This takes you around the old streets of Ciutadella. You then visit the archaeological site of Sa Naveta de Studons, the quarries of Ses Pedreres de Sustal, and spend the morning on the undeveloped beaches of the south, Son Saura, Cala Turqueta, Macarena. On the way, you can stop over at the archaeological site of Son Carolà and at San Juan de Misa. You can also go to Cap d'Artruix, where there are many restaurants. In the afternoon, you can visit the necropolis of Cala Morell and the beaches of Alguiarens. And finally, admire a spectacular sunset at Punta Nati or Calan Blanes. In the evening, you can return to the city and its port. Tour 2. Ferreries and Es Migjorn Gran. In the morning you can visit Ferreries and its nature museum. You can then go to Cala Galdana and Cala Mitjana, and, if you like walking, you can take a short trip along the Camí de Cavalls de Treballuja, 1 hour there and back. At lunchtime you can stop over at Es Migjorn Gran, and then go down to the beaches of Sant Tomàs and Binnigaus. Binnigaus can also be reached on foot, walking up the Binnigaus ravine, where you can visit Sa Cova dels Colons, an easy journey of approximately 2.5 hours there and back. Tour 3. Es Mercadal and Fornells. You can go up to El Toro mountain, which is a good starting point for seeing the area you will be visiting during the day. You can also visit Es Mercadal and taste the typical pastries of the area, and then visit the northern beaches, Benimallà, Pregonda and Tirant. In the afternoon you can visit Cap de Cavalleria, where you'll find a lighthouse and an eco-museum. You can finish in Fornells and visit an English defence tower. Fornells is also a good place to eat fish for lunch or dinner. Tour 4. Alaior, Sant Climent, Sant Lluís and Es Castell. You can start the route in Alaior and, if you are here in summer, join a 1.5 hour guided tour around the town. You can go to Sombo Beach and on the way visit the archaeological settlement of Torre d'en Galmés and the early Christian basilica on the beach. After lunch you can go to Calamporter, visit the Taula de Torralba d'en Solort, an archaeological site, the Cova d'en Xuroi and Cales Coves. You can then proceed to Sant Climent and go south to visit Canutells and the fishing towns of Binibeca, Binisafua, Biniamcolla, Punta Prima and Alcofar. You can stop over in Sant Lluís and finally finish the evening at Cales Fonts in Es Castell. Tour 5. Maó. From the city you can enjoy the port of Maó from various viewpoints. You can visit the market cloisters, the museums, and take time for a sea trip to visit the fort of La Mola. In the afternoon you can visit the Albufera d'Esgrau, Favarich Lighthouse, and finally, in the evening, go back to the port of Maó. The name Menorca comes from its being the smallest of the Gymnesian islands, Mallorca and Menorca, and is perhaps the island where you will find most things to discover. Enjoy it. We are pleased to welcome you and thank you for your interest.